What's up, party people? Is it a buyer's market in Dallas-Fort Worth? What does a buyer's market even mean? The headlines are saying that it is, in fact, a buyer's market in DFW. Are the headlines correct? I don't know. Longtime listeners probably know where this show's headed. But if you're new with us here at DFW Real Estate Weekly, we'll get into it. We like to talk about the headlines here. We like to talk about what's true for you, what's not, and what will help you as you buy, sell, and enjoy your real estate, and what will absolutely destroy your future for somebody else's clicks and views. We'll get into it, folks. If you got a question or a comment, it's 214-310-0008, and then you're with us. Then we're talking about what you want and you need and you want help with when it comes to your residential real estate across DFW. Now, the first segment of this show, Ian, I don't know if you knew this, but the first segment of this show has been brought to our good friends by the exact same person for the entire history of DFW Real Estate.
Get out of here. Really?
I'm not kidding.
No way.
You want to tell them who it is?
Sure.
Let's do it.
It's PG, Patrick Glaros, and his crew, his team with ABC Bank. That Patrick is always our first call. So many of our clients' first calls when it comes to mortgages, refinances. Maybe they're needing a line of credit on the home equity. Mm-hmm. Patrick can take care of it all. He is who you need to reach out to. You can go to patrickglaros.com. You can actually start an application right there on his website. You can just reach out to him by giving him a call. 972-386-1231. patrickglaros.com, Glaros. patrickglaros.com. NMLS number 308804.
Yep, Patrick's the only mortgage lender I have ever personally used in over 20 years in real estate. You don't hear something like that much. He's as good as it gets, patrickglaros.com.
He's the only one I've personally used in over 10 years of real estate almost.
How about that? A combined 30 plus years, Courtney. You see how we did that math? Did you see it?
It's 20 plus 10, Court.
Plus.
Calculator.
You put a plus at the end so you don't have to count like every single year. It's 30 plus. Okay, folks.
Use your fingers, which you need to use each one 3 times.
If you've got questions or comments, 214-310-0008. That number should be saved in your cell phone. And anytime residential real estate, remodel, home improvement, buying, selling, tax protest, valuation, borrowing, any of that comes up, you just call or text and say, hey, I could use some help. Who do you know? What should I do? When can we talk? 214-310-0008. Now, we were asking the question, is it a buyer's market? And with us in studio, we have the Gibbo, Gibson Aguirre, home buyer specialist right here on the Touch Your Money home selling team. The headlines say it's a buyer's market. I'm going to define what that normally means. And then I would love for you to tell us realistically out there in the neighborhoods on the streets, what the heck's going on. So when we say buyer's market, we have a data-driven way that we define that. Generally, when the newspaper or the media says it, they just mean buyers are getting better deals. Buyers have the leverage. We would typically define that as more than 6 months of housing inventory, meaning there's a lot of houses out there and not that many people competing for them. So buyers can be picky. Buyers have more leverage. Sellers are having to kind of bend to the buyer's desires. 4 to 6-ish months of inventory, we would say is kind of stable, give and take. And then less than 4 months, we would say is a seller's market, not a lot of houses available, buyers kind of fighting over them. So the headline is buyer's market. What's the reality?
I think it's truly buyer's market.
Okay.
I think it's been that way for the last quarter.
Yep.
If anything, it may be bleeding out of that back to the stable 4 to 6 months inventory as of right now.
Yep.
Houses are hitting, they're moving, they're priced well. I think earlier in quarter 3, you had folks still taking their shot at sellers. What you would call this COVID bump and still being advantageous about their listing price and then being humbled by market conditions.
Yep.
I think now people are dialing in on what their listing price is when they're selling a property, and days on market just isn't as heavy. Yeah. So inventory is slowly getting chewed up, but not by the tenfold.
Yeah, the last couple of years have just been a noticeably slower moving market than the previous 12. Really, maybe the last 3 years have been that way. 2022 was pretty dramatic, and it's like someone stomped on the brakes. And then 4 and 5 have been methodical and kind of plodding, and in many ways a pretty enjoyable market. Not necessarily for every buyer and seller, but you could achieve what you wanted to achieve. You could sell, you could buy, you could take a second to think, you could get a fair mortgage rate and a fair price. And I like the way you said it. I might add a little caveat that most places have felt a little buyer's market-ish for the last 100-ish days. Not all, but most. We're still breaking some records for most of our sellers. We're still selling anything we touch for a seller over the average price and under the average time. Average prices have chilled out a little bit. Certainly haven't like fallen off the table, but they're not going up. And average time has stretched out a bit. So we're still beating those averages, but taking a little bit longer for a lot of people. Especially when we look at our homes on land focus, those homes just take a little bit longer anyway. We're still significantly beating the averages, but the averages have grown. But if you are a buyer in the market right now, what can or maybe should you expect out there? You said sellers are becoming a little more realistic. So generally that's a good thing, but it probably means we're not getting like massive discounts off these insane prices, right?
Not the case.
So what's really happening?
The deals are still there. I have we're headed to closing. And one has closed just inside of September as well as October.
Okay.
And those are my 2 largest negotiated contracts. And we're talking 5-6% off of said listing price.
Okay.
And these are big listing prices, but that's why I pull it into the 5% rule because, I mean, if you're looking at 400, 600, 800, whatever it is, 5 is a chunk, and that's right off the listing
you're
price.
looking at an $800,000 house, and where if you were spoiled from an 09 market where people were just like slicing chunks off of asking prices, or you're delusional from like a post-COVID market where buyers are just paying 6 figures over. A 5% discount, meaning a buyer's getting 5% below asking price or below actual market value, $40,000.
Yep.
What are you going to do if you found $40,000 today?
A lot.
Send someone to college, buy a nice vehicle,
Casino.
save for retirement.
Let's flip it.
Ian's like, it's gone. No, I already spent it. It's gone.
Investment, Todd.
Investment in the casino. Anyway, so you're still seeing that happen. You're seeing people get 5-ish% discounts. You know, I've seen multiple contracts for your buyers that you put together lately on those 20, 30, 40 something $1,000 off appraisal, not just off asking price, because people can ask whatever they want. But you're talking about a third party basically working for the bank to say you can lend on this, it's worth it, and your clients are coming in tens of thousands of dollars below the appraisal price.
Day one.
Yeah. And what else is happening for those buyers? So they're getting pretty dadgum good deals. What else?
Yeah, we're getting good chunks, and I would say 8 out of 10 of the more recent contracts we are including seller credits for rate buy downs.
So let me translate that. The seller is giving the buyer money as part of the negotiated contract to pay the bank, the lender, the mortgage company, to have, I'm going to say, artificially low mortgage rates, right? So the average rate maybe is 6.5%, but the seller's giving the buyer money to use to pay up front for 1 or 2 or maybe 3 years to have a 5.5% rate or a 5%. What's the lowest rate you've seen on one of those lately?
Starting rate?
Yeah, with a buy down.
With a buy down, 4.25%.
Okay, so your buyer, you were able to negotiate for the seller to contribute to bring that rate down from an average of somewhere between 6 and 7 probably, down to 4.25% for at least a year or two.
Yeah, 12 months.
For 12 months. And then it would kind of stair step up. But they're getting a discount on the purchase price. That's possible right now. And the sellers, 8 out of 10 of them, you're saying, 80% or so, the seller is contributing and your buyers are choosing. You're helping them choose to utilize that seller's willingness to contribute to save huge amounts on their monthly mortgage payment and the amount of interest they would pay. And all that's being done more often than not in your negotiations right now.
Yeah. I mean, it is being talked about with every single buyer client. Some of them are in the financial mind of saying, I'm not really interested in the buy down product and don't want the 2-year hedge.
I'd rather negotiate for this other thing.
Rather do the price. But I mean, we're packaging those. I mean, I can be 20 under a list price with $15,000 in seller credit. So now we're talking 35 if you're doing the math in total, and they're getting kind of the best of both worlds.
So if you're a buyer right now, you're hearing Gibson. And again, Gibson's world-class. Gibson's a buyer specialist on our team, Todd Tremonti Home Selling Team. Not all agents are experiencing these results. There's a lot of agents drinking and crying at the bar right now about how terrible this market is. There's a lot of agents and their clients saying this market is a beating right now. But, I mean, I don't know. How many buyers are you working with right now in the last 60 days or so?
In the last 60 days, I've had 16 to 17.
Okay, so that's not normal. The typical agent in the state of Texas last year did 2 transactions, I think. Over 80% of agents last year did 0 transactions, period. That's scary. And Gibson's got 15 to 20, 16, 17 in the last 60 days. So, and he's telling you that 80+% of those people he's able to get the seller to discount their sale price and contribute significant sums of money, 5 figures, to the buyer's benefit. So if that's something you're interested in and you want to get something like that done now or in the future, call us right now. 214-310-0008. You're calling the Todd Tremonti Home Selling Team. If Gibson's the right fit for you, you work with Gibson. If not, we'll connect you with one of our other team members, Mari, David, Grady, could be anybody. If you're selling, we have specialists who only work with sellers, and that's what they do all day, every day. And they could tell you kind of the flip side of these stories where our sellers are not having to give up these credits, are not discounting prices. We're selling over the average price and under the average time, and we guarantee that. Imagine working with Gibson on the buy side or Jeremy on the sell side at the same time and winning big on both sides, buying at a discount, selling at a premium, not giving up a bunch of leverage as a seller, but getting a seller to give up a bunch of leverage as a buyer. That's what we do. That's what specialization, that's what world-class team looks like. Give us a call, 214-310-0008. I think the people we're helping the most right now are the ones that are selling and buying, moving one time, winning big on both sides. Like you said, it feels a little buyer market most places. There's a couple of pockets that still feel seller's market. A lot of places, as of right now, feel pretty close to that middle where there's some give and take. And that's where a skilled agent, skilled team can help you really go dominate both sides of this thing. And there's not a lot of these markets where you can win really big on both sides and set yourself up for the next 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. Maybe that's your forever home, real estate investment, source of wealth building, stability for your family. Give us a call, 214-310-0008 or online at
ToddTremontiTeam.com.
And no, he does not sound like that anymore.
ToddTremontiTeam.com.
ToddTremontiTeam.com.
He's not quite there, but it's pretty. He's a young man these days, Courtney.
Yeah, we're in DFW still, not Gotham.
Yeah. Although
with a Cockney accent.
Had a good Cockney Gotham sound. Okay, Gibson, I've got another question for you, but Ian, I would like you to chime in here.
Okay.
Is now a good time to get into real estate sales?
You want the truthful answer or the non-truthful?
Okay, I'm going to ask you both a question, but slightly different versions. If you are just a typical get a license, go figure it out agent, Ian, is now a good time to get into residential real estate?
No.
Okay, short answer. Appreciate that for radio's sake. Now, Gibson, if you are somebody who was thinking about a career change and you're considering residential real estate as like a business and you wanted to be excellent, you want to be world-class, is now a good time to get into residential real estate?
Yes.
Now tell me why, please. Tell me why your yes, and we'll come back to Ian for why his no.
If you want to be excellent, we have a plan.
Okay.
And regardless of what your intake is of all the news in real estate, to give you some more color on why our team views the market as balanced, is the last 3 months, the last quarter, Jeremy and I are going back and back on career months. He's beaten me by $500 a month in commissions or whatever it may be. But it's like, I thought y'all said it's a buyer's market. Well, yeah, Jeremy only sells houses, but he would tell you it's a great market to sell your house in. And so just to have a quarter like that when people are like, you're still doing real estate? I mean, like, people are moving? And I'm like, yeah, best year yet. So As long as you have somebody behind you and a team supporting you like we've got here, and you desire to be top notch at what you do, I mean, I'm always going to say yes to that question.
Okay, Ian, why do you say no to the kind of typical real estate approach that now's a bad time?
Well, there's literally tens of thousands of people that have, quote, a real estate license in
DFW,
North Texas.
yeah.
And so if you go into it and you don't have a plan and you don't have, the wherewithal to have a business strategy to be successful in this, you're going to get swallowed by tens of thousands of people. And it's not the fact that tens of thousands of people have a really good idea, is that it's just flooded with people that are oftentimes fighting for the lowest price, right? I'll do it as cheap as I can possibly do it because I need to do it. And they bid out other people for that reason. And it destroys people.
And I mentioned a minute ago that 80% of agents last year nationwide did 0 transactions.
Right.
So just because you have a license doesn't mean that you're any good at it, doesn't mean that you're full-time or committed or even trying. I would answer both of those questions to kind of summarize is the other reasons that the typical real estate approach now would be a bad time is there's fewer overall transactions. The market is still adjusting to a new standard when it comes to rates. The economy's crazy. Politics are crazy. It isn't like an easy market to be a brand new, naive, unprepared agent. Now, flip that to what I was asking Gibson. If you were looking for a career change to be full-time, fully committed, and you were in pursuit of being world-class, I would say right now there is more demand for actual expertise than at any other time in my 20-something year career, except there was one time there was more. Post-08, like financial crisis, massive short sales and foreclosures, people were like, my neighbor's house has been on the market for 20 months and hasn't sold. I know I need a pro. That was more dramatic. This is the second highest demand for expertise I've ever seen, where buyers and sellers are like, hey, I know this isn't automatic. I need a real pro. And so if you want to be a real pro, it's a great time to get into the business. And certainly with a program like ours, with onboarding and training like we have at the Todd Home Selling Team, where we coach agents all over the country, within a matter of 6 or 8 weeks, you're going to have the amount of training that a lot of people need 2, 3, 4, 5 years to get. You're going to have the community of agents like Gibson, leaders like Ian, support of a media team like Courtney and others, so that you are not on your own. You're very, very, very well trained. You're resourced with staff and technology so that you can be the expert that those people are demanding. And then once you do that well, that momentum starts to build really, really quickly. So yes, I think it's a great time to get into residential real estate sales if you want to be full-time, fully committed, world-class, deliver value, work hard, learn and grow all the time. And if that is you, I want you to give me a call and consider joining our team. I would love to hire a couple more people like that, whether it's Fort Worth or Dallas side. We're looking for a couple more. Call or text us right now, 214-310-0008. If that's you, and if it's a friend or a family member, call or text us and we'll walk you through how to maybe introduce us or get them some more information just to consider us. 214-310-0008.
The example I give to people when they come and they sit down with us is the restaurant industry, right? Yeah. The food industry. Nobody would ever go and start their own restaurant without having a business
Nobody in
plan.
their right mind, yeah.
Well, A, would start a restaurant, but B, they're definitely not going to start a restaurant without having a business plan and with resources and having trained through it and like experienced it and talked to other people. And yet so many people jump into this industry with none of that. They're just like, I want to have time and flexibility and make good money. I know what I'll do. I'll go
got
be a
my
realtor.
license on the internet, no plan. We'll just figure it out.
Yeah. I mean, just in Texas alone, this, numbers this year show just under 148,000 realtors.
Which is bananas.
Third most. Florida has 220,000, California 195, and then Texas with 100, almost 50.
What's crazy is that is true in Texas, and the vast majority of them are in 4 cities.
Yeah.
Houston, Austin, San Antonio.
If you want to go work in the Virgin Islands, though, there's only 380.
Yeah, there's also not very many people or properties. But yeah, it would be a nice excuse to go work in the Virgin Islands. I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. If you're thinking about beginning a career in real estate, maybe you or a friend got a real estate license in the last year or year and a half and it hasn't gone as well as you had hoped. You need some training, you need some resources, but you've got your own work ethic and hustle and grit and commitment to excellence. We should talk. 214-310-0008 or just go online to ToddTremontiTeam.com.
It's about DP Lambert. If you haven't checked out your home insurance or your auto insurance recently, do so with DP. I'm working with him right now. We're getting some things figured out on renewal. Reach out to DP, dp.lambert@goosehead.com. Him and his team will take phenomenal care of you. So many of our clients, friends, co-workers, clients, they've all reached out to DP. 214-614-8595 is the phone number. dp.lambert, Lambert, @goosehead.com. And as always, if you forget any of that, head over to toddtremonyteam.com, click on the radio tab, and you can find all of our recommended pros and vendors.
Hey, Courtney.
Hey. Todd.
Didn't we talk about that Nickelodeon show once on the air
Yeah, I think so.
where the people came out of the lockers? Hey, Courtney.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Todd. Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary!
You guys, 3 years.
You know what? Have you ever been on a cruise for an anniversary or witnessed anyone's anniversary? The staff is always super international,
Sure.
and they like boil it down to happy anniversary to you.
Courtney.
Oh, no, it's Courtney's.
Keep it going, Courtney. Keep going, Courtney. Keep going, Courtney.
Happy birthday.
Anniversary.
Nailed it.
Thanks, Ian's mom.
She's a gem. She's here for all of
I
us.
Listen.
can't believe
Listen, Triple C.
you.
3 years.
That's it?
I know.
Always
3?
There's
It
always a
feels-
dirtbag in the room, you know?
It feels long.
3 years
It feels fast.
on the team.
Hard to
Days are
believe.
short, but the years are
Well,
long.
that's true.
3 years putting up with all of us. 3 years doing what? What do you do here?
Well,
Good question.
I help manage the media, all the YouTubes,
Yeah.
and produce the videos and the radio show, and do all the social medias
Podcast.
and client care
Okay, yeah.
And love on our clients.
and love on the clients,
Throw parties.
Events.
love on y'all,
Make sure people
help with events,
like us.
assist
Pie
Grady.
Day's coming up.
Pie Day.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you like it here?
I like it here.
Do you want to? You
like
think
it
we should
here.
go for 4?
I'm going for
We're gonna
On a scale of 1 to 10, how much you like it here?
a 9.
Oh, okay.
careful.
Wow.
Careful.
I
Careful.
love you guys. I can't imagine working.
The right answer is a 10.
Okay.
Do you like working with me?
I'll accept a 9.
10.
10. 10. Me and Gib are a 10.
12 for all the tasks that Courtney does that I
Thank
just
you.
fingered.
As the producer of this show, would you like to squeeze in one more question for this segment as a celebration of your 3 years on the team?
You
Would you
want
like
me
that?
to ask Gibby?
Yeah, I think so.
Is a team a good option for a new agent, Gibby?
The only option
20 seconds to
because
answer this.
yeah, only option I would say because I tried it myself and now I'm here.
Yeah, and
Same.
I would say
Efficient.
I don't entirely agree with that. If you're just hardcore wired to grind and you love being on your own, you could do okay on your own. But I think the team model, certainly our team model, where there's training and resources and leadership and people to run with every single day. And we're not saying like share a copy or share a logo team. We're saying a team that wins together and loses together. Like if you fail, they fail. If you don't do well, it costs them. If you do really well, they celebrate and work hard to keep you. Then yeah, I think a team is like, it's a career-long option. It used to be thought of as like you join a team, you learn, and then you go out on your own. I think a great team, you could stay forever. Ian's been here almost 10 years.
Plus, we do have a copier and a logo.
Yeah, we do have both of those.
Wild.
Yeah.
If we could help you with anything, if you're thinking about getting into real estate, if you want to buy, you want to sell, you want to learn more about mortgage, remodel, improving your home, protesting your property taxes, give us a call. 214-310-0008 or online at,
ThoughtRemindingTeam.com.
or just Google us. You'll find a bunch of reviews, see what you think. And then, hey, tell Courtney, happy anniversary. We're in it, folks. We are in it. The state fair is happening. And boy, do we have some mixed opinions about it in the studio. Not everyone loves the State Fair of Texas. And I would go so far as to say it's possible that nobody loves the State Fair of Texas on this here radio show, which is called DFW Real Estate Weekly. And so if you have questions about your DFW real estate or the real estate that you hope becomes yours in DFW, if you're thinking about buying, investing, selling, remodeling, renting's fine, or you just want to enjoy the home that you've already got, I'm looking forward to the next part, the next segment. We're going to talk about just straight up adding value financially and joyfully to your backyard. We'll get to that here in a little bit. We've got some fun facts about the state fair. If you're listening live and you are into those sort of things, this might get you up off the couch and out and over to the fair. If you are a little bit more like me, this might tell you that the fair is not the best thing going. We'll get into it.
Spoiler.
We'll talk about it. We might also talk, maybe, if people want to, a little bit about mortgage. And you never know where else we may go as we make our way through the show. I'll tell you what you could know is if you just text us with a question, and then we'll talk about that. 214-310-0008. You should just have that saved in your phone. Anytime you have a real estate question of all, residential especially, you just text us or you call us, 214-310-0008. Now, the first part of this here show and this here segment is brought to you by Patrick Glaros and his incredible team at ABC Bank for all your local mortgage and banking needs. Now, he can do a mortgage just about anywhere in the U.S., but they're also a local bank, Texas specifically, right here in DFW. And you can have a real banking relationship with who does your mortgage, who does your checking, your saving, your investing. It's pretty fantastic if you're asking me. And that's how I feel about that. Just go to patrickglaros.com, Glaros. He'll take very good care of you. No one else will take better care of you when it comes to a mortgage, a refinance, home equity line of credit, and now all of your local banking. ABC Bank, Patrick Glaros, patrickglaros.com. Now, if you got questions about your real estate, you know what to do. Holler at us, 214-310-0008. Hey, Courtney.
Hey, Todd.
Happy anniversary. And also, where would you like to go next? Take us there, producer.
Well, I wanted to give some fast facts about the state fair.
Okay.
This is a hot time. This is a big moment in Texas.
It shouldn't be this controversial in the studio, but it is.
Every year.
It is.
It is. Did you say it's every year?
Yeah.
Right. And so there's a lot of tradition around it.
Yep.
The weather
Kids
is
get out of
nice.
school.
Every kid gets a free ticket. And so there's a lot of pressure on parents to go.
Ooh.
And I think it depends on maybe your experience growing up with it, how nostalgic you feel about it. I am of the camp of kids, I'll give you $50 to not go.
Amen.
But they don't take me up on it.
I'm about to hurt some people's feelings right now. I grew up in Houston. Now, I've been in Dallas for a long time. Love living here. All due respect to everybody. I've got some Houston loyalties from being a kid. And then I've got adult Dallas loyalties, meaning like I prefer to live here. Mm-hmm. But I grew up with the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. And no one believes me if you're from here. It's kind of like the Mexican restaurants that people here think are good that are not. But the rodeo in Houston is like the entire Texas State Fair plus the biggest concerts on the planet, plus a bunch of better food. Now, I'm not knocking your corn dogs, which I'm not going to call a corny dog. It's a corn dog. Oh. But they're good and it's fun, but it's overhyped. I just don't think it's as great as people think. Ian?
It's hot, it's busy, there's a bunch of people running around, it's kind of dirty, and it's really, really expensive to do anything there.
And that,
other
folks,
than
is
go in.
our AI. That's your agitated Ian.
I'm going to poll a couple people that are also here.
Oh, now he's going to yell.
Hey, David, do you like the state fair?
We're live.
We're literally.
Yeah, I love it.
David says he loves
David's
it.
the only one so far.
I don't want to go.
Now, hold on.
What? He
Hold
just
on.
said, I don't want to go.
He doesn't want to go all the time.
go once a
He
year.
wants to go once a year. Now, here's the thing. Ian, where did you grow up?
England.
Courtney, where did you grow up?
Baton Rouge, baby.
We had Hove Fair in England, and my
Northwest
dad
Houston.
used to pay me to not go.
That's not what this. Well, double.
And I love a crowd. I mean, I love.
David grew up here. That's the difference. And I don't. I'm not telling anyone
Well,
else.
that's what I mean.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. Like we all have different perspectives.
Sure.
And I respect the nostalgia and all of it. Now, here's 10 reasons, 10 things some of you already know, but you may not know
Okay.
about the state fair. You want to go back and forth here?
Sure.
First one, just purely administrative.
Yeah.
The fair is going to run through October 19th this year. So you still
October
have a
19th.
chance to go for about 15 more days.
You have time. And some hot tips. Tuesdays you can stretch your ride tickets. Thursday you can stretch your food tickets.
Yeah, but it's only, I just looked it up. It's like selected vendors will offer one item at a discount.
Okay, we're already failing at this. Here's 10.
Okay, go ahead.
Things.
Well, that's just a hot tip on when you want to
Connor
go.
if he wants to go as well. He said no.
It runs through the 19th.
All right.
Now, Big Tex? How tall
How
do you
tall
think
is Big Tex?
68 feet.
55.
55. It's the world's tallest cowboy.
Yep. How about that?
Was the other one taller, or is it the same height?
The old one?
Yeah, the one that burned down.
That burned down? I don't know. I would imagine the new one's taller, but this I know
Has to
not.
be, right?
This I know not. Courtney.
Fletcher's Corny Dogs, they debuted in 1942. They sell 500,000 during the fair. That's a lot. I do go to get
wild.
one. I love them.
How much does a corn dog cost?
$10, I think. Maybe 20 bucks.
They'll finance it for you. You can do 10.
They'll finance
low payment.
Well, you get in for free, don't you?
There's over 100 free shows across multiple stages. Admission, like your fair ticket,
Well, thank God something covers
that. Now, here's what I will say.
Yeah.
I do think the State Fair has some interesting shows, but it's nothing like the main stage at the Houston Rodeo. And I understand how mad our listeners are right now at me.
Sure.
They're like, would you please stop talking about Houston? Because there's a bit of a Dallas-Houston loyalty thing.
You need like a little dinger on the show,
Yeah.
like on
Yes.
YouTube, for how many times he mentions the Houston Rodeo.
It's
Ding.
It's better.
Ding.
Anyway, new this year at the State Fair, Courtney.
Is the women's soccer match.
Football.
Dallas Trinity versus Club America.
Who's going to win, Ian?
Oh man, let's go Dallas Trinity.
Yeah, he'll root against America any chance he gets.
Dallas Trinity are
I
from
think that's
Dallas.
a fun addition.
They're from Dallas.
How much is a fair ticket this year?
Well, kids get them for free. You can get them for free at a lot of
If they get the
Their
tickets
school
from their
ticket,
schools,
and
yeah.
you have to go Monday through Friday. They don't get free on the weekend. It's $19 to $29. I don't know what that means.
I don't either, but it's 19 to 29 for adults.
I guess depending on if you're a senior
Well,
citizen.
kids and seniors are 14 to 24.
Oh, I don't know.
Now, if you go early or on the weekends, it can be different pricing.
It's open from 10 to 9 during the week, 10 to 10 weekends.
I don't want to be there at 10 p.m.
No,
on the
sure
weekends.
don't.
Okay, you can take the DART line. The green line goes all the way down there. It will take you way longer than driving or otherwise, but it is a straight shot.
It saves you $30.
I have the answer on the pricing if you would like it.
Yeah.
A daily admission ticket ranges from 19 to 29 depending on the day. The 1 day flex ticket, good for any day, is $29.
Okay,
Oh.
got it. Helpful. We couldn't be less positive about the fair on this show right now, but let's keep going with facts about the fair. The coupons for food and rides are like $1 each.
$1 each.
But you need
To do anything,
You need
you
a
need
million
20.
of them to do anything.
Y'all, I think that's why I can't have fun.
Okay.
Instantly, I have no money.
Here's who does have fun there. The people that are at the Texas OU game.
The vendors are just laughing as they bring all the money in.
The people that are at the OU Texas game that remember the day. And you know what I mean there. Not all of them remember that day. But the ones that remember it apparently have a really good time. And the fans of the team that wins that game that don't get in a straight up gang fight afterwards, I think they also
That feels like a fun day.
enjoy their day.
I think the key is you go once and you get a corn dog. Done. Okay? Now, you never need to get another corn dog after you've had your first one. So, you go with friends.
Now, I don't know.
Hold on. Listen to my theory. You go with friends. You can have corn dogs other places. You just don't even want to stay fair. You go with friends and you pool your money together. And now you start trying all the unique foods that were the winners of like the state fair.
Yeah.
But you don't need to have the whole thing, right? Because they're
need a
oftentimes
bite
really sweet. You just
of
need
like
a bite.
A bite.
Fried
So you're
Dr.
with
Pepper.
4 or 5 different people. Maybe
Yes.
you're with your family, and now one thing has feeds like
I
5
think
people.
that's fun.
Okay, here's
Look at me.
Here's the one fun fact about the fair that I actually
Positive, Ian.
do like.
It's mission.
Yeah, it's a nonprofit,
Yeah, let's talk about that.
and I think from what I know, and I'm not an expert on this, but I think from what I've been able to learn about the fair, they actually do a really good job of those dollars going to support ag programs, 4-H type stuff for students, scholarships to college for the kids that are raising those animals and things. And then like a bunch of different community organizations, nonprofits, food banks, things like that.
yeah, it feels important.
I think
I'm
it
not
does.
gonna lie, I had no idea of that.
Yeah. Well, again, go ahead and get ready with your ting or your buzzer. I
the
knew
Houston.
Houston did that really well, but I did not I just hadn't made the connection until a couple years ago.
No.
That state fair here does a very good job of that as well.
I agree. I
What
do
you're-
feel educated. I feel community vibes. I feel ag.
What our listeners and viewers need to know is that we are 3 people who are parents of kind of middle. I've got kids at elementary, middle, and high school. You guys have junior high, elementary.
Middle.
It's a very busy time of life, and going to the fair feels like a bit of a beating. If I was at the fair on a day, let's say it's 64 degrees outside, early enough in the day that the masses are not there yet, and I am food touring myself through it, there's a good music on the stage. I really enjoy that. My experiences are not always that. So, you know what I do like at the fair? Last thing on the fair.
Okay.
I like when you get over into the exhibitors hall and you get the dude that's 100% committed to his infomercial style pitch for his gimmicky product. That's a good time.
Yeah.
I like that guy.
Week of the 13th, the weather's looking like it's going to be in the low 80s. You want to do a team state fair outing? Huh?
Come on.
No, I don't want to do that.
Guys,
Live on the radio?
I don't have
You know what
this-
I want to do though? Go ahead, finish your thought.
Well, I was just going to tell you a fun thing that Michael and I did one year at the fair.
What'd you do?
We bought a mattress,
We bought a Vitamix.
but we bought the sample mattress. They cleaned it and delivered it at the end of the
no.
month.
Oh my God.
That was a young married's purchase.
How much did you save on it? Because please tell me you got it.
Over $2,000.
Because
I think we got a $3,000 mattress for $1,000.
people have been sneezing on that for like a month.
Sweating.
Oh my gosh.
I've gotten a new mattress since, but
That's something.
was a fun
To
day.
say that publicly the way you just
Thank
did
you.
is something.
We just went mattress shopping, not cheap.
It ain't cheap.
But for $2,000, would you have let it sit outside at the fair for
Nope.
5 weeks? Okay. Here's what I do look forward to. Not the fair.
Okay.
By the way, those of you that love the fair, God bless you and your fair outings. Just not really for us. Not even sure why we did that segment.
It's important for North Texas, Court said.
Here's what I do love. I love the fall in the backyard. In the big backyard, I love it even more. Here's what you can do right now to improve your property value, but also to have an absolute blast in your backyard. Number 1, landscape lighting. I actually called my guy. I texted him on the way home from date night last night, Courtney and Ian, you need to know this. Dana and I, we love a good date night, but in the car on the way to and from, we have to handle life business because there's a lot going on.
Sure.
So on the way home, we're talking about updating, repairing a little bit of backyard landscape lighting before daylight savings, before it's dark way too early in the evening and we still want to be out there enjoying it, but we want the lighting. So down lights in the trees, up lights in the flower beds, pathways, things like that. Now's a good time to be thinking about that before it's like 5:45 p.m. and dark outside. That's one that's very affordable, depending on the size of your lot, the areas you want to light. Pretty low cost, very low voltage, not a big energy bill hit that makes the yard really pop. You get to use it more, enjoy it more, especially during like November, December, January, when it's cool but probably not frozen, enjoyable but not necessarily a muddy mess out there. So landscape lighting's a big one. Also fire pits, things like that. Think about like what's an area that is currently yard that if it was a deck or patio or solid surface or covered, you could get like massive amounts of increased value out of it. So do you just need some pavers, some stone, some flagstone, or is that a small deck addition that you could be thinking of now and start to really enjoy late October through freezing temperatures or through next spring or through, even all the way through next summer. So those little bitty additional usable spaces, patios, covers, decks, walkways, things like that. Huge value add, not a huge expense, a lot of utility and resale value and joy and fun and connection with family and friends. Landscaping refresh, also did that. Talked to the guy who I usually buy my flowers from and bought like 10 flats of petunias that will be installed like maybe right now as we're on the radio, if not in the next day. Now's a great time to be doing that so you can enjoy those fall flowers that can't handle the worst of the heat and that will be good maybe through one freeze, maybe up until that first freeze. So maybe 90-ish days of really beautiful flower stuff.
Do petunias like shade?
So the answer is generally they can handle a good bit of sun, but they can't handle the worst heat.
Sure.
They can handle like if we get a little flare up of warmth again, but no, they don't want like that brutal all day hot 90 plus degree heat. And there's some other options, but we like, I don't want to get nerdy on this, but they bloom and then they die back and they bloom again, and you can kind of pinch the dead heads off. You don't have to do that, but if you do it, you can get an almost constant blooming, pretty pinks and purples or whatever you like. I like the white ones a lot too for the next few months. So now's a great time to be doing that. Now's also a good time to do mulch. A lot of people will wait till the spring and just mulch for the heat of the summer. But if you'll do that now, those plants will last longer. They'll actually protect you from the freeze as well. They'll last longer into the winter. They'll bloom more. They'll hold more moisture. A lot of people neglect that once they think, oh, the heat's over. I don't need that anymore. It will help you now, and it will benefit you next spring and summer as well. Think about drainage. We talk about this every year on the show, and we usually shoot some videos on the YouTube channel about what's going to be muddy in 60 days that you could prepare for now. Either putting down those pavers or just throwing down some wood chips or maybe some sod, so that that part of your yard, whether you have a big backyard or not, is not a mud pit and useless until June or July. So now's the time to be thinking, where might I want to be thinking about drainage, tuning up my irrigation? You might still want to irrigate until much later in the year because there's still some root growth that's going to benefit you next year. How are your gates and fences looking? You know, just thinking about that outdoor stuff at a time that's not as miserable to do that. Hot tip, now's a good time to start thinking about a garage clean out day too, as things aren't crazy hot. But those are the things I love in my backyard. What about you? What gets you excited as you start getting towards cooler temps, outdoor time? What do you like?
Gosh, I'm trying to think of something different.
Do you like a fire pit?
Okay, yeah.
Do you have one?
I've got one.
I've got like the big in-ground one.
Yeah, I have
Sometimes
one that's
you
like
the
a
metal one.
fireplace.
Yeah, you can love that. What do y'all do? You just sit around it and stare at it, or do you guys do s'mores, or do you just
mostly sit and stare? The kids like to
nature's
poke.
television?
Yeah, it's nice to just enjoy I love the twinkle lights, like you mentioned.
Ian, pop quiz. When
Yes.
you take the dog out, do you have like a designated spot for that in the yard?
No.
Just the whole yard is his yard. Yeah.
I didn't train that way.
One thing to be thinking
Her
of
yard.
to enjoy the
As long
yard.
as it's grass. I mean, you got to go on the grass.
One thing to be thinking about to enjoy the yard, but also for property value, is a dedicated pet area, a little turf area with some drainage. We can just hose that off,
I want some
or
turf.
a separate fenced in, like dog area, pet area. What about?
I'm still enjoying looking at my garden.
Ellie likes to go out and chase rabbits in the back, so she
Oh.
kind of has to
The
have whole, like,
wildlife creeps up.
the primal core in her wild beast that lives inside.
Real quick, this will take 20 seconds. There was a rabbit, and it came to our front window, and Ellie was going absolutely insane at this rabbit.
Yep.
The rabbit came back the next 2 days in a row and just stood in the exact same place.
Oh, I love a
Brilliant.
showdown.
So funny.
I love a showdown. Okay, I know, Courtney, you share this. Ian, I think when you guys entertain, you're more front yard entertainers. I'm a backyard entertainer.
Front.
What are the things you can do for property value and your personal joy and fun that are just like those hosting touches? I'm thinking like the upright propane heater. When people come over and see that, they're so much more inclined to spend time outside if it's a little chilly.
What do you think about hanging it from the roof? Those long ones.
I think those are great. I've also seen those like bug control incense sticks.
Yeah.
And there's propane bug control things. So thinking about before we get that freeze, we still have bugs out there, even though the temperature is more comfortable. What can you do about that? Old school bug zapper is always good entertainment too. And then like just a little
The salt gun thing.
Oh, I've got a Bug Assault.
Yeah.
That's the brand I have. It's like the salt shotgun.
Assault.
Yeah.
They're fantastic. They're so much fun. It does hurt when you shoot yourself though.
Also, don't do it near the food.
Yeah, I know that from experience. And then like just little fun touches, like a little drink station, a little s'mores kit.
That's cute.
Where you're like, that costs $6, but when I had friends over, they like really loved it. Being outdoors, doing something you just don't normally do.
Projector. It's really fun.
Oh, the night after daylight savings when it gets dark early. That's like the one time a year you can do it and watch a movie before a reasonable bedtime with
And it doesn't have to be like fancy install. It can
sheet.
just be just on there and you just bring it out and set it out. It's really cool.
There's some cool phone projectors. You just throw a sheet up, but you do need a Bluetooth speaker, and sometimes you got to plan ahead for that. A fan, yeah, we've got the patio fans. Okay, folks, those are some things I love. We love to prepare the backyard, ideally the big backyard, but even if you don't have a big one, most of that applies still, to improve your property value.
Increase the joy.
But also just the fun and the joy and the laughter and the love of being out there. So I hope some of those are helpful for you. I'll tell you what else will be helpful for you when you're buying, selling, or refinancing is getting the title company right. Because if you get it wrong, that can be a nightmare. RepublicTitle.com. Gosh, they just do it right. They hire great people. They care about you. And this is a wild card here. They do their job so well, you'll forget about them. And what I mean by that is the title company just won't be a big issue for you. It's not like, oh my gosh, we had big delays with title, or the check didn't get delivered, or they missed something. No. They do an excellent job, so you don't even really have to think about them very much. RepublicTitle.com. And then the other thing that can make your life a lot better is getting the home warranty piece right. I want you to think critically about this. If there was one other person in addition to you that could help you maintain your home, and if something goes wrong, help you get that fixed with just a simple phone call, wouldn't that be nice? TrinityHomeAdvisors.com. Trinity Home Advisors Home Warranties will help you do that. They have a different model than most home warranty companies. They will make sure that if you have a claim that it actually gets covered, and that you maintain your home in a way that you have less claims, and that if you have a claim, it will be covered. They'll make sure all of that happens for you. TrinityHomeAdvisors.com. Tell them Todd Tremonti sent you. Actually, go check that out right now. TrinityHomeAdvisors.com. Check out their home warranty plans. Tell them Todd Tremonti sent you. Now, if you are thinking about buying a home, selling a home, investing in a home, or maybe even getting into the real estate business, I want you to text me. 214-310-0008. There's a great chance you'll have a chance to talk to the English wonder himself, the Yanni Donnie, Ian Daniels.
Can we have them text a fun word like we had them text banana for something?
Pick the word.
Gooseberry.
Oh, dear.
No, blackberry.
Gooseberry or blackberry. Also,
we'll go with
gooseberry or blackberry.
We'll go with blackberry.
Really, any berry. That will be the signal.
Sure.
Any berry. Gooseberry, blackberry, gooseberry, blackberry.
Raspberries, any of it.
Text that to 214-310-0008, and we can help you buy a home, sell a home, or get into the business. We still guarantee to sell your home over the average price and under the average time. We also guarantee to save you at least $5,000 throughout the purchase process. By the way, don't get tricked by one of these cash buyer companies. Those are wholesalers. They want to buy low and sell high. If you would like a quick and easy buyout, we have over 100,000 people in our system that at one point or another wanted to buy a house. We will find someone local who wants to live there and pay you a little bit more or a lot more than the investors and the flippers, regardless of their billboards and their ads. 214-310-0008 or ToddTremontiTeam.com. And if you forget all of that, just go Google Todd Tremonti, spell it as best you can, call, text, email, fill out a form. It is our desire. We feel called to serve you and help you, and some of that time will be your real estate agent. ToddTremontiTeam.com.